everybody. I wanted to talk to you about one of my favorite John Carpenter movies, The Prince of Darkness from '87. He directed and wrote it. It's one of his. You've got after that you've got The Mouth of Madness. I took some notes because you got you got Donald Pleasance as the priest, Lisa Blount as Catherine, and Jameson Parker as Brian. So you've got a group of people. These two are the main focus. There's also a love connection between these two guys, and you got Victor Wong, Professor Howard, Ek Chen from Little Troubles in Little China, also from Carpenter, and Dennis Dunn, also from Carpenter. Here he's called Walter, and he's not so good in kung fu. Um, and the thing is, they get all these scientists and these from different types of science. They get together with the priest and find this like canister with green liquid in it, and basically what it holds in the canister, it's closed from the inside, you can't open it. It holds the essence of evil. Basically it holds Satan in it, and or the Antichrist, basically the Antichrist. And at some point, these scientists, one of them gets a spray of goo out of the canister in her mouth, and she's suffocating, and she becomes this sort of zombie. She kills one of the crew, the people, the crew, the scientists, breaks her head completely around, and then takes another scientist and throws up green goo in her mouth. You've got another zombie and another zombie and another zombie. There's even a black guy who becomes this zombie, and he's singing Amazing Grace. It takes this piece of wood with a splinter. It's just, it's, it's just slitting his own throat with a splinter. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. The actors are all really good. Donald Pleasance is again great in this part. Victor Wong as a professor, it's really good. They all have this same dream. It's basically a radio broadcast that says this is not a dream. This is a nearby future. And then you see the front of the church where the canister's in and the scientists are in, and you see somebody opening the door, a cloaked figure, and it's basically probably Satan. So one of the scientists, a blonde lady, I'm not sure what her name is, she gets a mark, and she becomes basically she becomes the Antichrist. She's the canister is completely filled in her mouth. She's completely blown up, and then she deflates, and she's completely deformed, and then she has to find a window, and she can get into that window and pull out her father, and her father is of course Satan. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I don't want to spoil what happens. So she becomes the Antichrist. She sees a window. She's pulling on something. It's a hand like what's that? Devil Boy, of what's that movie that it looks like his hands with claws, a red hand with claws, and let's leave it by that. I don't want to spoil the movie. Fun fact is that Alice Cooper is, so the church is surrounded by these brain dead zombies, but they attack everybody who come out. They attack one with a what is it? It's a piece of a bicycle, and the pipe is hanging like out like this, and he sticks it in him, and he falls down, but he stays like this because there's still a piece of the bicycle on it. It's a cool kill. Then you've got a kill where somebody's getting stabbed multiple times with a scissor, half a scissor. One of the brain dead people. And Alice Cooper is sort of the boss of these brain dead people, and they won't let him go even in the daytime. When it's daytime, they won't let him go. So they're actually fucked. So in the church you have the demon zombies. Outside you have the brain dead zombies, and Alice Cooper is the head brain dead zombie. So it's a fun thought. It's really acted well. It's really it has a really eerie, claustrophobic feel to it, because the church, you know, you can't get out because you're gonna get killed, and staying in is also not an option because you're gonna get killed. So you gotta they gotta fight to survive, but it's really hard. So and meanwhile, these zombies inside the church are making their antichrist, and the other ones are trying to survive. And Donald Pleasance trying to, he's gonna be he's at some point he hacks off the hand of the antichrist lady, the blonde lady, and she just grows a new hand, chops off her head. She takes her head and puts it back on, and she blows him away with just a thrust like this. I mean, it's pretty cool. And the only thing that I think that will hinder a few people of seeing this is that it's a long film, and it's a complicated story, because it's basically like it's the simplest form of saying it's basically the Antichrist in this bottle, in this canister, but they're talking about space and time and religion, and yeah, all these, and then these numers and numeric codes and things like that, and at some point they're really having conversations like 5 minutes long with each other about these scientific and religious facts, and one is arguing with the other one's skeptic, and you get these little dialogue moments around sprinkled in the movie, and it can put you off. You really have to pay attention. You can't just see this movie and put your cell phone and look at yourself. You really have to pay attention to be, you know, to be in the movie. Like I said, like the premonition, the radio, the dream that they're having, they're the same dream. At the end it becomes something else. you really have to pay attention. Really, really have to pay attention. But I can tell you, it's a cool movie. It has the longest opening song that I ever heard in a movie. I think it took 10 minutes, 15 minutes in before. So people on a campus going to classes, going to school, running around at the campus, and about 10 to 15 minutes. And then the first is, I think, Victor Wong. He starts to speak. But it's this weird, it's this cool theme song, almost a foreshadowing doomsday theme song. It's actually one of Carpenter's end of the world movies. You have three movies he made: The Thing, The Prince of Darkness, and In the Mouth of Madness. These three movies revolve around the apocalypse, basically. That's what I mean. It has some apocalyptic things in there, so you really have to pay attention. Really have to pay attention. But if you pay attention, you're really gonna enjoy the movie, because they're all good actors, and you know, John Carpenter, he's the man, and it's one of his. It's not the best, but it's one of his better ones, at least. So watch it and pay attention. Bye bye.